So I don't know where you're living in the United States, but where I live, there's a place called Fry's. Fry's is a giant conglomerate, owns multiple different stores, multiple different brands of stores. They used to own Smith's, I believe it's, or Smithy's or something like that. They used to own Fred Meyer. They still own Fred Meyer in half the U.S., just not here. They own Fry's, which is what we've got here, and they own Kroger in some other states, which is essentially Fry's, but with a different brand on it. So each time you go into a Fry's food store, depending on the locale and just where it is, it's an entirely different experience in every single store. I go to the one on First and Grant. There's armed security when you try to go in. Everything's like behind glass and it's all weird. The liquor selection is entirely locked off. You have to have someone come and help you with it. Kind of like if you've ever been to Walmart where they have all the beauty products. Some of them, they have them all locked up and stuff. It's very similar in layout to how that is at a Walmart when you go to a Fry's in a not so great area. The exact opposite happens in other areas. You go to other areas and they have less and less stuff locked. They don't even have the cigarette counters locked behind the counter. You know what I mean? Like some Krogers are really, really lax and then some are really, really hardcore. And the staff also kind of varies by store. But something I've noticed, and this is to no detriment of the people that work there, but actually the corporation that runs it, is they take advantage in states that allow this of certain tax breaks that allow Kroger as a company to pay people with special needs actually less money than you and I or anybody else on minimum wage. They're able to pay them as little as $3 an hour with the tax write-off, which in my opinion is pretty insane, but who am I guess, but some random dude. So the reason I mention this is something I've noticed since going to Fry's and Kroger more recently is the increase in employees who are on the spectrum of having special needs. A lot of them are fine and can do their job perfectly well, and then you get certain individuals. And today, this first story is going to start with one of those certain individuals. A homie that has the same name as one of my other homies who still works at Fry's with him. And this dude, oh fuck, oh man, we got stories about him. So, this dude comes in every day, hair all fucked up, like shaved off, got a going on his face. He's from the northern part of Tucson, but you could tell he's probably more from Marana because he's definitely got the inbred 1,000-yard stare going on. Now, this inbred behemoth of a tard likes to go during multiple shifts and multiple hours of the day, and whenever he's decided to go to the bathroom and sit there and touch himself. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that that's pretty disgusting. In fact, any place of business probably shouldn't have someone in the bathroom doing that. But he kept on doing it. He would do it repeatedly, over and over and over again. And they kept letting it get away with it for a long, long time. And I don't know what the fuck happened, dude, but one day my homie goes in there because he was the porter for the day. And if you don't know what a porter is, it's essentially a glorified janitor. They make you clean everything. I used to be a porter at that Fry's as well. It was a pretty awful job. I would usually end up cleaning shit off of walls and nasty stuff like that because for some reason people can't keep a grocery store clean and act with class whenever they're going to buy their groceries. Don't know what reason that is, but good job, Tucson. You guys have severely disgusted me more than once. And this is a nice store, too. This is a store all the way in Cortero on Silverbell. And I'm just fucking shocked at the fact that it's so fucking filthy all the time. There's constant bug infestations. Cockroaches, black beetles, ants, scorpions. You fucking name it, that store's got an infestation of some sort. There's rats roaming around the back. One time I was pushing a power jack and I had this homie next to me. His name was Anthony. I'm still cool with him. I'm not bringing the other guy's name up because his name is too cool, close to the guy who was in the bathroom doing the freaky shit. So Anthony, my homie, was definitely a tweaker of that variety, and he was on every substance. When you'd ask him for some weed, chances are he wasn't going to give you weed. He was going to give you something far greater than weed. So for good measure, don't smoke with Anthony, but he's cool to hang out with. He's pulling this fucking dolly, And he runs over something, and he hears, eat! And he's like, oh, what the fuck was that? And he pulls this fucking cart, and he's moving it, and he sees this trail of blood, and he's like, oh, what the fuck? And he looks down at the wheel. There's a fucking rat head. The goddamn, like, dolly thing managed to decapitate a rat somehow, I guess, that was running across. Ugh. I had to go clean that shit up. Everything nasty like that, they make you clean it up. And they'll pay you less than minimum wage and expect more out of you. Because you're a porter, you'll have a lot of downtime. They make sure to fill that with busy work. If you aren't doing something, you are going to get laid off. Not warned, not anything. Laid off. I actually got laid off because I had a seizure on the job due to my photosensitivity. And my boss said that that was an unaccounted for absence when I had the ambulance come to the store to pick me up as I was convulsing on the floor. Because apparently no work is not acceptable, no matter what the circumstance. But anyway, that's beside the point. That's when I was working at that store. We're talking about now. So my homie, the new porter, walks in there, and he's like, what the fuck, bro? Why does it smell like that? This dude is like naked. Is the real reason why. But he doesn't know that yet. He doesn't know that this dude is butt-ass naked in the bathroom. So he goes in and he's trying to clean everything. And he's getting his Kaivac out. And if you don't know what a Kaivac is, it's like an electric wet dry mop that's also, I don't know how to describe it, a push-along vehicle at the same time. Though the push-along vehicle itself doesn't have the vacuum or anything, you have a sprayer nozzle and an actual like sucker. It's basically just a giant tank for the vacuum. So he goes in there with the Kaivac and he starts spraying, and he sprays under the stall, and he accidentally gets the dude's foot without noticing because he's so far back in the stall. And mind you, my homie was like, is there anybody in there? Last call, porter. And he goes in and cleans it, and he sprays him. Is what he hears. And he looks to him and he's like, what the fuck? And he looks in the stall and sees this dude butt-ass naked above the toilet bowl, wiener in hand, jerking it. Oh my fucking god. My homie called me so quick. Like, he fucking almost quit that day. He went home early after that. He reported it to management and fucking dipped. He couldn't do it. He was like, bro, there's no fucking way I'm cleaning up that shit. And I'm not going into the bathroom ever again. And I said, I don't blame you. He's no longer a porter, and I don't think he ever will go back to being a porter. But long story short, maybe it's not the best place to whack your willy. I definitely wouldn't recommend going to your work or even public grocery store bathroom to do that. And RIP to my homie. I know he had to see some things he didn't want to see. I saw some things I didn't want to see working at that place. And shoot, that's all I could really say about it. Another story that I have when I was working as a porter is I went into that bathroom and I ended up catching a dude cooking meth. He had a hot plate going and fucking bubblers and flasks on the counter all spread out, and you could smell it. It smelled real fucking strong because he was mixing chemicals. Motherfucker passed out because he used too much red phosphor. His ass was passed out. There were gases that were being literally leaked directly into the bathroom and starting to come outside into the store. So the whole entire store had to be evacuated. They had to call an ambulance and the fucking fire department to get the dude out of the bathroom where all the gas was. He didn't die somehow, so good on him. Props to that dude. But he did get arrested and cause a severe amount of property damage, got a lot of people sick, and permanently stained the bathroom walls of that bathroom. So that is probably my worst story, other than the shitting up the wall and I guess also milk spilling 4 aisles wide between the aisles. That was pretty miserable, but that's only because they managed to make an entire case, like a crate, maybe 50 by 50 of fucking milk, and it completely fucking fell because the guy was an idiot and had it on the power jack in the front of the store where you can't even have a power jack. There's not enough space. He managed to somehow ram it into one of the shelves and knock over the milk so badly that it seeped under every single fucking shelf in that area. It got on the shelves, in the shelves, on the things on the shelves, in the things in the shelves. It ruined a bunch of product. It ruined all that milk. It was a horrible time. And long story short, Kroger is not somewhere I ever plan to go back to. It was a pretty miserable job. They don't pay you very well, and they expect you to do everyone else's job for them, since pretty much everyone else there isn't going to do their job. Porter is also the worst position you can get. They, at the one at least that I worked at, frequently hire illegal immigrants so that they can also pay them under the limit and have an excuse to treat them very poorly. It's actually pretty disgusting to watch that behavior. I'm not down for it at all. I don't treat anybody like that, no matter where they're from or what they do. But that's the Kroger way for you. So I do Instacart. One of my side hustles is I like to go and I like to do Instacart in the northern Arizona area. I'm sorry, the northern Tucson, southern Arizona area. And I like to go from here all the way to Prescott, all the way to South Tucson. I like to do the whole shebang. But one day I decided to make the foul decision to go to the new Fry's over in Gladden Farms. Now, if you don't know, that Fry's is in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, inbred hillbilly town, also known as Marana. And while I'm not a big fan of Marana itself, its infrastructure is really nice. Like, that's a really beautiful Fry's. It's huge. It's probably the biggest one in Tucson. It kind of rivals the one in Santan Valley a little bit, I'd even say. But I go to that Fry's, and every time it's a bunch of fucking people that I cannot deal with. They're like, for a lack of better term, retarded. They can't seem to bag anything correctly. They put one item per bag. Like, they sometimes will just, in the middle of bagging, walk away, not come back. Same with cashiers. Cashiers will sometimes lose their train of thought, I guess, or something, and just walk off in the middle of a transaction. And it's really weird because Instacart, we have to use it. But we'll get to that. We'll get there in a minute. So I'm dealing with all these people. I have no issue with them, mind you. I'm still cordial and respectful. Just because they're special needs or mentally disabled or whatever have you, it's not my place to tell them who they are and what they can and can't do. That's not my problem. They're living their life. Let them live it. Well, I go to the produce aisle and my wife and I are shopping. And I say, okay, baby, let's split up. Here you go. And this fucking lady without a neck and one of those little cooling fans that you put around your neck comes up to me and she says, are you two doing Instacart together? And I said, yeah. And she says, you know that's illegal? Guess what I could do? I could call the cops right now and have you both arrested for that. I said, ma'am, I don't really think that's true. But you can go ahead and mind your own business and have a good day. And she's like, I'm not fucking standing here for it. I'm going to report you to Instacart and the police. And she gets out her phone and starts doing this shit where she's like recording me. Oh yeah, I'm gonna report you to the police. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this lady? So she follows me my whole trip. Not my wife, good thing. Because if it was my wife, I probably would have gotten defensive and really, really angry. And I did make a couple of rude remarks when she came up to me. So I can only imagine what I would say if she came up to my wife. Now, after I told said lady that maybe she would have a neck if she got out of everyone's ass, she proceeded to get angry and freak out and start having a fit and yelling to where everyone could hear it. And the management had told her that she needed to leave and not come back. She was a regular Instacart employee also, so she was actually just upset that we'd probably gotten a bigger order than her. Though I don't know how, because I had to drive all the way to fucking Red Rock in the middle of nowhere. And driving to Red Rock is a miserable drive where you don't even see anything. It's not a place I want to go, and it wasn't like they were paying me a good amount of money to do it. So, it doesn't make sense to me why she was even upset to begin with. Anyway, long story short, she leaves and gets all furious and upset. And the next day I come in after running my personal business, which is a tech repair business. I get done with one of my appointments with one of my clients. And I'm like, well, I'm in Gladden Farms. I'm going to stop at the Fry's and get a couple donuts. I'm hungry and they have $6 donuts. So I go get a $6 dozen of donuts and I'm like, woohoo! Yeah! I'm pretty excited. And I'm in the self-checkout lane and I see the lady. I see the same fucking lady doing Instacart. And she's in the self-checkout. Now, if you don't know, you're not supposed to do that. Not because it's illegal or anything, but because it's against the rules of Instacart. And you could actually get your account terminated if you do it too many times because the cashier has to come over and void everything. It's a big pain in the ass. Instacart marks it every time you do it. Well, this lady's standing there getting ready to do her order and everything, and I noticed her and I said, hey, aren't you not supposed to be doing Instacart at the self-checkout? She turns to me and she's like, you motherfucker, mind your own fucking business, man. And I turned to the fucking cashier, who was the same one there the last time I was there, and I said, so, I think she's learned her lesson. And I say, have a good day. And the lady starts freaking the fuck out. I hope you have a horrible day. I hope you die in a car accident on the way home and burn to death and yada yada. I'm like, damn, bitch. And like, everybody in the fucking cash or the checkout lane is looking at her like she's a fucking freakazoid. No one wants to be anywhere near this lady because she's having a fit like a toddler. And I get my donuts, and I admit it, I could have gone without saying this, but I turned to the lady next to me who's all freaked out at that lady. She's like trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And I said, it's okay. She's just mad because I took the last donut so I could have no neck like she does. And she gets even louder and starts freaking out. And I just walk out of the store and go home. Man, I don't know why people gotta act like that. Chill the fuck out, guys. Chill out. Just live your life. Enjoy yourself. Quit hating things. If you did that, we'd all be much happier. I have anger issues. I need to get better at them. But in general, as a world, I think we need to get better about our anger issues. And that is a cautionary tale on doing so. I haven't seen that lady back since, and I'm pretty sure she's no longer allowed to shop anywhere on Instacart. That's a Fry's store. But hey, I mean, that was the bed she decided to make, and now she's lying in it. I guess that's the consequences of her own actions. I'm usually not the kind of person who likes to see someone fail, but unfortunately, it seems like she very much deserved and needed that. Now, maybe that she's off of her high horse, she can do something with her life, like finding her neck, or something like that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This one was a little bit of a shorter one. I got another one coming out tomorrow. I think we're going to do some more Circle K stories, but we'll see. Talk to y'all later. Peace.